TMC MP Abhishek Banerjee talked about two Indias. He was wrong, for we have three Indias, not two. He was talking about two Indias, but we have three Indias, not two but three. So here we deal with the third category, which is even more tragic because where performance is more terrible than non performance, then that is called Modi's BJP. The two categories he was referring to: one, rich and super rich; two, poor and deprived. Now, the third category. I don't think it is a middle class. We are not talking of middle class. Middle class, anyway, is worse than the poor, crushed on both sides by double engine. But we are talking of something else, where the performance of the government is more terrible than non-performance, and this can happen only with Modi's BJP. So let us examine the third India, which is the horror, and we see every day, but we do not appreciate it. Let us see the third India. Now, this is an example, a story to illustrate the third India. Abhishek Banerjee was talking about two Indias. Now, I was talking about a third India. So, this story will illustrate India number 3. A man is living in a hut. A poor man, a very poor man, is living in a hut, a dilapidated, ramshackle structure. Elections come, and the leader promises him, if you vote for me, if you vote for this party, I'll give you a new decent pakka house. Alright, there is a promise. You vote for me, I'll give you a pakka house. Now, the man votes for that party and the party wins. Unfortunately, the party wins. Now, there are two scenarios. One is that the leader does not keep his promise and the man continues to live in the same hut, in the same poverty, and he does not get any relief. That would be Abhishek Banerjee's India number 2. But here is India number 3. And the man went on pestering the leader. Where is my house? Where is my house? He went to the minister, he went to the chief minister, he went to the prime minister. So at last, what happened? He was sanctioned 20 lakh rupees for building a new house, on the condition that the money would not be given to him in cash. The money would be given to a contractor who would build a house for him. And the man was very happy. Okay, I'm going to get a new house. So the house was built, the house was constructed. It looked very beautiful outside. And the man had a puja, housewarming ceremony. But in the middle of that, the roof collapsed and the man died. The man was killed when the roof collapsed. This is India number 3, when promises kept are more dangerous than promises not kept. And why did this happen? We will see. And that is actually India number 3. I have not told you what is India number 3. I have only told you the preamble. Now, the actual story begins. What is India number 3? So when the roof collapsed, it did not make any news in the Godi media. It did not make any news in the Godi media. Earlier, all the photographs were there. See, the government is giving the poor people new houses. see the performance of the government. But after it collapsed, those media people disappeared. But then there were a few honest reporters. They went to the contractor and asked him, "What kind of a house have you built that collapses on the first day?" The reporter said, "This is the best structure I can make. Budget is 2 lakhs." The reporter was surprised. 2 lakhs? I heard 20 lakhs. And the reporter said, "Is it 2 lakhs or 20 lakhs?" The contractor said, 20 lakhs on paper, but after they gave me 20 lakhs, I returned 18 lakhs as per their demand. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got the contract. So they gave me 20 lakhs, I had to give back 18 lakhs. Why did you give them 18 lakhs? Oh, that is for photo shoot. That money will be used for photo shoot. You see, our leader, the person who falls at the feet of Trump every day, he is fond of camera. So a lot of photo shoot has to be done. So these photo shoots cost money. That's the reason why I have to pay him back 18 lakhs. Is it only for photo shoot? Not exactly. Partly it is for photo shoots, but partly it is his savings. What kind of savings? See, now he is winning by manipulating the voters list, vote chori. But the day he is out of power, he will have to flee the country, otherwise, he would be in jail. So, if he has to go out of the country, he will need money. Even to put up a tea stall in front of Jeffrey Epstein's house, he will need money. So, where he will get the money? So, the money he collects is not only used for photo shoots, but is also kept with a business crony of that man, of that great leader, non-biological leader. He has a business crony. The money is with him so that when he is out of power, when he has to run away from the country, when he takes the permission of Trump, at whose feet he falls every day to settle in that country, when he gets the permission of Jeffrey Epstein to run a tea stall outside his house, that day he will need the money. So the businessman will give him the money at that time. So to escape jail, to escape guillotine, he has to run out of the country. He has to flee the country. And the money he will need, that is what he is collecting now. That is what the contractor replied. And this is India number 3. We were talking of India number 3. A performing government. Here, particularly the government happens to be a BJP government. A performing government is more dangerous than a non-performing government. If a government is not performing, the people would remain poor. The state would lack all the infrastructures. But if they give the money and then take the kickbacks, what happens? They build a hospital, but it's on fire. They build a flyover, it collapses. It kills people. People are killed. Otherwise, there would have been no bridges. There would have been no flyovers. There would have been no hospitals. That's okay. But you are building a death trap because you have sanctioned or you have allocated money to that state or to that project. So, budget allocation to a state is even more dangerous if the government happens to be led by a non-biological person. If it happens to be a non-biological Feku, one who throws even faster and farther than Bumrah, then performing government could be more dangerous than non-performing government, and that is India number 3.